Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Alice, can you hear me now? The volume. Alice, can you hear me now, please? Let me see if I can hear myself. Oy. Okay. Can you hear me now, Kavali? Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'm going to talk about a sensitive issue. We are having a problem that we have got one of the youngest generation in Uganda, but most of our teenagers now, they are becoming mothers. Some of the reasons that they are becoming mothers is because they are forced. That's one thing. They are into arranged marriage. Our parents are busy, they don't have anything to do, and we have got the lockdown as well. So, where we are now, what is happening? One of my reasons I'm concerned as NUP, we intend to look after the mother and the child welfare because it's so important. That's how you build the country. If you get those two people healthy, the country develops very well. But what is happening in Uganda? The number is going up and up and up. And we are having perpetrators walking free. Therefore, my suggestion, my submission is like, if these people there, if we have got the law and the policy being implemented, we can reduce a number of people, of children who are being abused, used, done wherever. It can go down because we need to deter these perpetrators who come and abuse our children and misuse our children. As we stand for now, last year we had about 230, nearly 1/3 of a million of teenagers who were pregnant. Teenagers, we mean something like 13 to 19 years. And then this year, from January to June, we had about 190,000 teenager pregnancies. Most of it, they are counted to being locked down. I agree with that. Some people, they say they drink too much fizzy drink. I disagree with that. Janet Museveni says that parents, they are careless. She might have a point, maybe 1%, but 99% is wrong. The reason is that if we had a law in place which deters offenders doing that, that could work significantly than blaming the children. I'm coming to the defense of children. Children, they are being blamed for becoming pregnant, but they are underlying causes. And what is happening in Uganda? Our parliament, member of parliament, they are being given condoms. Our children, they don't have family planning. What is our priority? Should it be like this? It shouldn't be this way. Why would we let children suffer like this? Children, when our constitution, it is promising to give them a safe environment that they can express themselves. We know very well children, they are vulnerable. We know very well women, we are vulnerable. But if they are into a society which condemns them, that is making the problem worse and worse and worse. This is why NUP is looking at one of the main aims is to look after the mother and the child. NUP says that a child will be a gift. And then Museveni says teenager pregnancy, it doesn't matter. NUP has got a plan in place, has got a plan for education to educate these children so that they can be able to make sensible decisions to keep them into school. NUP intend to have zero tolerance. NUP will put sex offenders on the list that if you have abused any child, you are not going to get anywhere near them, maybe even if you were a professor, maybe in your job. So that entangles behaviors of people that you cannot control with their income or with their work. But as I'm speaking to you, comrades, if you are sitting there, nicely dressed, you don't look to be somebody who abuses children, somebody who uses underage children. But other people, they don't know, but you know your secret. Can you think again? The fascination, it is not fascination. It is a sin. It is abuse. You shouldn't use a child. What about if it is your sister? What about if it is your cousin? It's your nephew. What about if your neighbor does it to your child? Why can't you think? So we, National Unity Platform, we are going to come up with a law. These laws, they are very simple and practical. As our constitution says, that anybody still under 16 years is still a child. So that one, it is no sex. And then somebody from the age of 18, they can have consent. They can get married. So we are going to come up with a policy which is going to balance religious, cultural taboo, and the belief. And anybody, you cannot marry, you cannot have sexual activities with the children under the age of 16. You can marry as many as you want as long as they are above the age of 18. We are going to give them sexual education. It doesn't mean that we are going to teach them the action, but we are going to teach them topics around family trees, about sexual infection, the family planning, to know about themselves. But the more you hide from somebody you think is young, the more they become curious, the more they get into the wrong hands. Comrades, we are reading today. The number is staggering. The number of people, these teenager young girls who are getting pregnant, it is out of hand. It is not because they drink fizzy drink. It's not because parents are careless. It's lack of the law, lack of the policy, lack of implementation. That is what we need. Implementation. We need to be on the ground. Like if somebody abuses your child, whatever, your neighbor, it should be reported to the police. And the police should come and investigate. The police should recommend to the court. And the court should deal with this. And after this, the punishment would be decided by the courts of the law. But we are looking at National Unity Platform. What are we going to offer? Because we don't want to be complainers. We are going to offer, I said to you, education. We are going to put there a sex register offenders that they will be on that register. We are going to offer maternity center at every sub-region. It's very important to prepare. We are going to make sure that women, they are allowed into politics, women, they are allowed into employment based on their ability, not based on their agenda. We are going to give women independence. It's very, very important. So many women, they get trapped into unhappy relationship because of lack of independence. They cannot support themselves. They cannot be on their own. We are going to deal with this, and we are going to deal with the families who come and negotiate out of court. Like we have this headmaster, the owner of schools, abused so many children, and he was settling this out of the court. That one under National Unity Platform is not going to be allowed. But comrades, when you sit there, what is so overwhelmingly? I read the article that parents, They had to use their children as sexual what? As trade. It really saddened me. How could it get to there? We know fellow Ugandans are being sold off, exported as sexy slaves, but we are talking about young people with a future. They don't know the consent, the terror. They don't know what to do. They become mother. Young people, babies, they become mother at the age of 13. What can they do? What can they do is terror on their eyes. Comrades, we have to think. If you know somebody who is doing that, tell them to stop. If somebody is joking, playing with the young people, tell them to stop. It's either way. Women, they do it to young boys, and then men, they do it to young girls. But when you look at this, the statistics in Uganda stands out. 50% of our children, they are 0 to 15. And 15 to 30, they are about 70%. But the mortality in Uganda, 17% of the mortality of people, women who die maternal, delivering, wherever, it is 17%. All of them, they are teenagers. All of them, they are teenagers. That is very bad. And the teenager pregnancy, it is going up by 17% every year. This one, the number, it is under the bracket that some people, they were married legally from the age of 18. But still, when somebody is still very young, he still has got lots of life, needs to experience life ahead. What we can see, we have seen lack of ethics, notably by Janet Museveni. When the man, the owner of School of England, when he died, she went on to go to the funeral, paid the tribute, and when she paid the tribute, and she talked good things about this man. But should it be that way? I don't think it should be that way. When somebody has done something very bad as he did, that he destroyed the lives of young people, he shouldn't be praised. He shouldn't be given that status. Even in his schools, it should be brought down. As you can see, this was Janet attending the funeral and praising the man, but it shouldn't be that way. So what we want our children is to grow up in a good environment, to grow up in a safe environment, to get sexually active when they are ready, when they are old enough. We don't want people to take advantage of them. We want perpetrators to be apprehended because people, they are walking free. That is what is lacking. We had Kayanja of Wembley. During his days, everybody had done something deterrent. The people, they were running away to abuse children. The people, they knew if they ever do it, Kayanja was going to come hard on them. But as we stand for now, Kayanja was demoted and taken out of the picture. So people, they have gone out. We had the sex bill of recent. Comrade Rumbuye helped us and he went into details. What they are doing is not good enough. What they are doing is not good enough. What we see that this sex bill, is so controversial that even as we speak for today, Museveni refused to sign it. So why is he not signing that? So where are we going to get the law? Because we need it to be signed, or we need it to be reviewed and exchanged. But what is happening? He's not signing that. And we don't know what the reasoning is. So why is he not signing that? So we need a sexual bill that is relevant. Because this one, they say that if you look at somebody's text, then you'll be arrested. If you look at somebody's phone, if you look at somebody's bank, that is rubbish. we need a hard-hitting sexual bill, which is well-balanced. We need a stringent rules that is going to help curb on these people, perpetrators, sexy predators. We need it in place. I know as I'm speaking, so many people, they get uncomfortable. So many people, they don't want to hear this. But comrades, look at this picture. How many people they are saying that they are pregnant? A lot. Teenager pregnancy. Look at the number. This could be your son. This could be your daughter. We don't want that to be in 7 months. That was the picture in Irukunjiri. That was 7 months only. Luka, they say it has become a normal. Everywhere you go, the number is getting up. And to put a shame onto this, they are ready to give parliament condoms per month. But people who need it, they will not give it to them. But the idea of prevention is better than cure. If it means to give family planning to children, we should give it to avoid. Because when they are still young, their uterus has not developed. Their body has not developed. They are too young. So where are we going now? They are too young. We cannot accept that. We are National Unity Platform, that we are looking at ideology for people power, that we are looking at our ideology. The volume is gone again. So what is it? Now, Ziwa, can you hear me now? Eddie, volume. Palm cow, really down. Volume. Voice is clear. Okay. Because it's more sensitive, the volume, I'm not surprised it's a little bit muted, but I'm trying to be civil. So when we look at this National Unity Platform is people-centered governance, and we are going to look at mother and child as a gift. Contrary to NRM, what they say is so different. So if you listen to what Museveni is saying, it's really sometimes I don't understand, because for him, he prefers, listen to him now.
1 million have died in 7 months, not 2 years or a year. No, just from December when it started up to now, it's like 9 months. So it's a very big crisis. It's not a joke. So when you are talking about the children got pregnant there, okay, if they got pregnant, at least they are alive. Don't talk like children, please. Oh, they got pregnancy. What? Fine. Pregnancy doesn't kill, it causes some problems, but it's not the same thing as dying. Stop bringing.
That's embarrassing for somebody who wants to rule the country, who says pregnancy doesn't kill, that's okay. But you are really stepping into the life of somebody's future. It's not right people to be used, to be abused. It's right people to do when they are ready. So National Unity Platform, we are looking at all these people-centered government. Our ideology is people power, that we are going to do things around the people. So this is why they say they are going to have sex offender. They are going to have education. They are going to access, to make sure that our education is going to be accessible, good curriculum, accessible, affordable, quality, so that people, they can learn. We can know, we can have relevant topics than having King George, blah, blah, blah. Then we are going to have equal success to health and education, because health comes under this topic, because our constitution in Uganda, it says there is a right to health, there is a right, everybody must have a right. And then these children, they are vulnerable, they deserve rights, they deserve to live in a society. I'm saying this as a mother, I'm saying this very sad, I'm saying this disturbed. If I had my way, I could stop every person doing this, to stop it. Women stop abusing young boys, men stop abusing young girls. It's not what is right, it's morally wrong. Even the Bible says, let the children come. But who are you who are going to do this to young children? When people, they are as young as they are, is hurting the nation. What future of the country you want to have if you don't want to have children who are normal? This, when you abuse children, they grow up traumatized, psychologically damaged. They'll be traumatized, they'll be troubled. They don't know what is the reason. Why did this person do it to me? Why did my uncle do it? Why did my brother? Why did my neighbor? Why did my cousin, my nephew, my auntie? All this we are looking at parliamentary. They are being selfish. They get the condoms. Children, they don't have access to family planning. When you look at the number of teenager pregnancies compared to 3 to 35, 33.7, getting family planning is too low. We need to up the number to give family plan. People, when you say children, they should learn. It's better to prevent than to have problems. We have got overpopulated country. We have got so many single mothers. But my point I want to put across, stop blaming parents. Stop blaming morality of children. Yes, the lockdown has contributed to that. But my argument I want to put across, should we have had a law and a policy implemented very well, this number of children getting pregnant, it would have been reduced. But because there is no implementation, that somebody reports someone has raped their child, you go to the police, they will give them bribe, and that person will walk free. This headmaster, the owner of School of London, his schools, they are still learning, but children. So NUP says, our manifesto, we say, we are not going to allow out of court settlement. Once somebody is caught, is going to be taken to the court of law. This is why I advocate that we go back to 10 chief houses, because that is easier to look after. That is how we can isolate these sex predators. It's not very nice what is happening to the children. When you say in Uganda, our constitution say right to family. Yes, everybody is entitled, has got right to have a family. But our constitution says it is from the age of 18, not below 18. But teenagers, people, they must be sick into their head. So we need the leaders like a Robert Chagulanyi, who say a mother and a child is going to be a gift. And we are going to have regional maternity centers, preparation. We are going to have children in school. And then I read the manifesto of NUP where they say they are going to introduce study from home, get parents involved. The more a parent is around a child cannot go wrong. But what I'm crying loud for everybody, stop demonizing, stop blaming children. But let us look at the circumstances which is leading them into a vulnerable state, for them to be used, for them to be abused, for them to be sold as sexy trade, for them to be forced as in marriage that parents they cannot afford, the best they can see. But then there is the word, these sexual transmitted diseases. There is HIV, there is death in maternity if somebody has the children. There is maternal death, 17%. But let us look at this. If we had the law implemented, we had the policies, good policies in place, this would be reduced. But what is happening? There is no will with this government. For Ugandans, we need to look at ourselves. Whoever is doing this should stop. I'm begging you. Whoever is doing this should stop because it's not the best. The population, the number is staggering. The number of these young people is no longer funny. School, head teachers, everybody getting anywhere children, forgive them. Please turn away. Please don't do it. Please feel hurt. Please just have your mind set. Speak to yourself that it's wrong. It's not Demikis are saying this, but it's wrong and wrong, morally wrong, culturally wrong, religious wrong. We should leave children to grow in a happy environment. We should not use them for our own good purposes. It's not fun. You are looking at this. We need to look at the sex bill to be relevant. We need to have gender equality. And the NUP has got one of the best proposal, best manifesto. And I was glad Zedriga, Mama Zedriga, my sister, I look like she was talking about triple quad A and then plus employment. So, fellow Ugandans, comrades, you don't want this. We have to look into this. You don't want this. Do you want this? The answer is no. Do you want this? The answer is no. No. This is what we want. The young people need to feel safe enough to speak about their sexual reproduction. This is what we want. So we end up saying National Unity Platform has got a manifesto to address our problem. National Unity Platform has everything into place. It is the right way to go, and it is what we must be doing. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for your comments. I had to do this because what I did in the morning, the voice was muted. I think I will need to to use it. So we are going to challenge ourselves. Thank you very much. Musa Chigato, Charles Omugave, Senga Marodi, Nina Bukirwa, Senga. Lots of people. I'm going to go through your what? I want to let other people come. Samari Babla, Yavedan, Fazil Mayanja. Hey, Fazil, good evening. Long time, brother, comrade. Godfrey Chirunda, and Musa Edio. Everybody salute people power, our power, people power. NUP everywhere, NUP. Salute.